To ED152 discussion. Question number one is what are the learning theories, and also the learning theories are Piaget, Vygotsky, Bowlby, and John Locke. So today we're going to discuss Jean Piaget's theory.
So Jean Piaget learned that as we grow, we gradually add new skills to our cognitive repertoire, and his theory was based on four stages of cognitive development.
So what are the four stages of cognitive development?
Those four development stages were sensory motor stage, where children at sensory motor stage are explorers. They're explorers. They want to see, hear, taste, touch, and everything around them.
Okay.
The other stage was pre-operational stage. So that's around 2 years, where children enter the pre-operational stage. They will learn how to think abstractly, understand symbolic concepts. Like for example, if the parents are taking them to church, they will look at the symbol, the cross, and then know the church to worship. Right. The other one is concrete operational stage, but that's around 7 years age.
Okay.
Right, where children can understand much more complex abstract concepts. Right, like time, space, and quantity and quality, things like that.
Okay.
And formal operational stage is dealing with 11 years and above. They are more capable of hypothetical, theoretical reasoning. Right, they can apply rules to a variety of situations.
So out of those four learning theories, we will discuss Piaget, which we already discussed, and now let's move on to question 2, prenatal development. As we all know, prenatal development, it deals with the development before birth. So it deals with the development that happens or occurs in the mother's womb. So there are the 3 stages, and what are those 3 stages, Lo?
The first stage is a germinal stage. This is for 2 weeks of the baby development. The second one is the embryonical stage.
Embryonical stage, yeah, okay.
From 3rd week to 8th week development, and the last one is fetal stage.
Fetal.
What
And
happens in the
then,
fetal stage?
This is where the baby experiences rapid growth and further development of body structure, organs, and systems.
organs and system. So that's the last stage before the baby is born into the world. So during prenatal development, heredity also occurs. So heredity deals with the genes. So the genes, 50% from the male parent and 50% from the female parent. And we already know what is reproduction, the fusion of the female and the male gametes. And also prenatal development is a development that occurs before the birth.
Right.
Okay. And now let's move on to early childhood. And what are the ages from early childhood?
From birth to 8 years old.
From birth to 8 years old. And
What happens during that stage?
yes.
That's like the development of the brain, and it's influenced by the environment or people.
Okay. So basically, they start reasoning. They
Yeah.
start
So we
asking
can apply Jean Piaget's cognitive development. So language,
reasoning.
yes, language development to also occurs there, and also social and emotional development. So social and emotional, this deals with the environment, the environment that the child is is brought up in. If the child is, she already mentioned that if the child is brought up in a violent family,
So that's under the nurture debate.
So she would
debate,
want to know why this is happening.
yes, the nature and the nurture debate. Okay, so let's move on to the middle childhood. So that is on early childhood. Let's move on to middle childhood. So can you share your experiences on middle childhood?
Okay, so middle childhood is ranging from ages 6 to 12.
Okay.
They are not adolescent yet, but they are getting there.
Okay.
So at age 6, at least a 6-year-old wouldn't mind how she looks, how she goes about and all that. But since the mother does that for her. But as she grows up, a 12-year-old would really consider how she looks and all that. And memory-wise, the memory of the age groups between this age 6 and 12, their memories will be really sharp, focused.
So at this stage of development, the child at some sort will become independent. Before they used to depend on the mother for everything,
They start being independent because mom has to do everything. And they learn as they go.
old. Okay, so that is by middle childhood. So now let's move on to adolescence.
Adolescence is a period towards the end of childhood, usually marked by puberty, and this is when a person is transitioning into adulthood and is defined by the World Health Organization as anyone between the ages of
Of
10,
10 and so the age group is 10 to
Above
10 to 21. So what happens? So the brain is it fully developed at that time?
The adolescent brain isn't fully developed at the moment during adolescence, but
But is it?
is usually susceptible to emotion.
Susceptible. So they use their emotion. So in this case,
Very emotional.
yes, they are very emotional.
And they're very
So
They're able to
they are
communicate.
vulnerable.
They're able to communicate
Yes.
through their emotions.
Yes. So how can we support? So how can we support? Child at this age from 10 to 21? So how can we support them?
Give them freedom but guide them.
Yes, we give them freedom and
Because they
guidance.
need
Eh?
freedom and
Okay, at that age. Okay, so let's move on to early adulthood. So early adulthood is a stage of development that occurs from the ages of 20 to 45. 20 to 45. At this stage, we can say that a normal human being is at its best. It can perform at its best. Physically, emotionally, psychologically, it can perform at its best.
So
Reason being,
at this period, what are they mostly indulged?
they mostly indulge in setting dreams. Setting dreams and
So,
prioritize to
physically
achieve
active.
them. Yes.
Physically active,
Yes,
wanting
and
to
physically,
fulfill
yes.
their
They
dreams.
fulfill their dreams, build their home, settle down, build families. Yes, at this age. At middle childhood, at middle adulthood. At middle adulthood, this is from 45 to 65. This is when life goes down again. There's a say, life begins at 40, but I doubt that at this moment. So
They
at
start
mid,
behaving more like a
yes,
child.
you start no.
They're still very,
Yes, at the middle adulthood, they become mentors because of their experiences.
Okay.
We can see that in our homes from our parents. I've been in that. I've had that same.
The
Yes.
only thing is they start getting physically impaired.
Yes. Okay. And the last set of questions is diversity differences we have to define, and also how can we apply these three words in the community.
Yeah, so diversity can be in the form of race, ethnicity, gender, the socio-economic
Yes.
status, their physical abilities, and differences refers to the various cultural backgrounds people come from. And lastly, the inclusivity refers to the practice of educating and caring for all, irrespective of their abilities and disabilities. So, how it helps in human development? There's a massive diversity present in the society. So, children from different backgrounds and all collide and meet and they study in the same place. So, at that stage, it is important to practice inclusivity so that nobody is left behind and everybody feels secured
So
and
is-
they are comfortable in learning in that
Is
environment.
there any scenario you can give an example of?
Example in schools,
Yeah, example in schools, like there are various ranges of people,
Yes.
children,
Mixed
there is,
yeah,
students,
yeah, there are
yes.
various races coming in. So, as we have seen, like based from my experience, there used to be groups of like Indians over there, Fijians
Yes.
over
Right,
there,
before,
Ethiopians,
yeah.
like that. But now, when as we have grown up, you would have noticed like when we come into high school, so universities, the
Mingling.
teachers specifically state that not all Indians are supposed to go in a group. You need to have
To
specific-
blend. So
you
we need to the
blend.
blending of the cultures and
Yeah.
understand.
Becomes a requirement, yeah.
Yes.
That is so that everyone can mingle around.
Yes. So in that case, it will avoid discrimination.
Yes.
Discrimination.
They will
Racial
start
around.
accepting each other's
Yes.
cultural background.
If there is no mingling around, then it can become a drawback factor for many children.
For
like
many children.
if there's a newcomer in the school and they feel neglected and are differentiated
Right.
based on their
Yes.
races
Age and
everything,
also background,
Yeah, it will be a drawback for them. They would not want to attend school regularly, and
Right.
then they'll just
Oh.
they'll just stop going.
And
to
this
school,
blending will
It's
also
a
help
drawback
them
for them.
to, do better
Yes.
in a class.
Learn from each other.
They can ask anyone, not
Okay.
afraid of the
Exposed. It's like exposed.
Yeah,
exposure.
definitely.
Okay, so that concludes our discussion this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.